Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've had a pile of makeup on my desk for I think it's 3 weeks, because a while back on Instagram, which you need to go follow me over there because it's fun times, good times, lots of just random stuff and more to the moment, because YouTube you have to film, edit, then post it, but over there I can just put it up. Over there I asked you guys to pick my skincare, makeup, well I guess not really skincare, but sunscreen and makeup, and I'm gonna do subscribers choose my outfit. Not outfit, what am I talking about? Subscribers choose my makeup. And today I'm finally filming it because I have had this stuff on my desk and I need it to be gone because it's just taking up space and I can't deal with the clutter. So we're gonna put it on and I think this is gonna be fun. And I was saying over on Instagram again that I'm gonna be doing the same one but with skincare. So I think that'll be fun. So if you're interested in kind of helping choose my skincare, go on over, go follow me. It's a good time. Okay, let's start with the SPF that you guys chose. This is the Banabaji Milk Thistle Repair Sunscreen. You guys, if you have followed me for a while, you maybe saw that I raved about this sunscreen back, gosh, at least a year ago. I did a huge Korean, Japanese sunscreen haul, and this was one of, if not my favorite sunscreen, but, oh, I forgot it had a little bit of a scent. But after doing that, there was the whole Korean sunscreen scandal, and a lot of the sunscreens that I loved were discontinued because they did not meet the SPF rating that they said they had. And I'm pretty sure that this was one of them. I didn't do a ton of research into it because it was just discontinued and I couldn't find it anywhere. So to me, I was yeah, pretty sure that's what happened. But they came out with a new one and I did pick it up. And it's nice, it's really nice. I don't reach for it often though, just because, I don't know, it doesn't have that same je ne sais quoi as the old one, but still it's a very nice sunscreen. It's a chemical sunscreen, so it's easy to apply. I can kind of just throw it on, but yeah, nothing spectacular. I do feel like it has more of a chemical-y smell than I remember it having, but maybe that's just me. So this is the first step. I am going out today, so I want my makeup to look good. Not that I ever want it to look bad, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna give this a few minutes because it is super glowy right now and I want it to set down, and then we'll come back to do the actual makeup. Okay, I took a long break because I ate lunch and now we're back. And why? My nose is all red right now. So you guys chose the Say Beauty, which is a good choice in my opinion. I'm just gonna pump some out onto my hand, and not that I need a ton more glow right now, but you know, why not? Why not? I like this stuff a lot. I actually have it in both shades, which is fun, and you'll be seeing it featured in some other videos too. All right, goes on very easily. Has a light scent, but not terrible. Whew, I just got hot. I used to hate coconut water, and I feel like my tastes have evolved. Next up, we have the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. This, I have it in the shade Groenland, and I do have a video on this. It was versus the Shiseido Synchro Skin tint. So this one won out. I forget, did I do it against the Synchro Skin? I'll put the video, or I'll put the screenshot of what I had it going against, because honestly, I forget kind of. It's been so long what I did the poll on, but I do like this one. And you guys chose to use a brush versus a sponge, so I'm gonna blend it in with the brush. This is the Merit Beauty brush. I know a lot of people love it. I kind of go back and forth with it. I like it, but I don't love it. I find that if you do dab it like this, it works better than swiping. But sometimes I get lazy and I forget and I swipe. Don't need a lot of the tinted moisturizer. I like the coverage. Lately, my chin and my nose have not been like letting products sit on them. They're like, no, we don't want you to sit here. So it'll be interesting to see if this one does. I don't know why I like cannot hold this brush apparently. Sometimes I hold it like this. It's very odd. Now I will buff it in. I feel like this shade might be a little dark on me right now. I don't know. Every shade that I get feels dark when I am in like my palest of the pale, but maybe it's not a bad thing. NARS shades are weird though, and I know that the new like skin reflector, whatever, foundation is out, and I feel like people keep commenting they love it, but like the shades are weird. They just cannot find their correct shade. So I get that. I was gonna talk to you guys about like life stuff, but honestly, sometimes it's nice to not and to just like focus on skincare or makeup. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Next up is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. Wow, had no idea it was called that. And I have it in the shade 32. I really, really like this stuff. I think I like it a lot because I also found a really nice shade for me, which is pretty light but neutral. I have found so many concealers lately that are just like so weird. Like, who has that shade? And I'm talking about you, Kosas, because every shade in Kosas, I love Kosas's formula, but I'm talking about the Revealer Concealer, and now they're coming out with the new foundation. My cat is like knocking shit over in the bathroom, or in the kitchen. What I was saying is that the Revealer Concealer, it's such a nice formula, but the shade is like straight yellow on me, and I tried to find like a shade that worked and I could not. And I am interested in finding one that works, but I feel like everything they make is just like super warm, and I'm not the only person that believes that. So the reason I like this is because it's just like neutral. Like, who is not a neutral? I don't know. I mean, I guess there are people that are not neutral, but I find that more people are neutral undertones than like a very warm one, and they just tend to go overboard. So I feel like I have a lot of coverage looking at myself in the mirror. On camera, it looks great. What should we do next? I guess we'll do bronzer. So I have a powder bronzer, a cream bronzer, a powder blush, and a cream blush. So it's gonna be a lot, but I'm gonna try to be like as minimal as possible. This is the Rare Beauty in the shade Happy Soul. And I'm honestly just gonna do a little, like that. I do like this stuff though. And this brush from Beauty Pie is great for any cream products. Yeah, I'm like literally doing like the minimum amount because I already felt like my, the shade of the tinted moisturizer was pretty dark. So I don't feel like I need to like bronze up my face that much. I went on a walk yesterday with my husband, like a hike, I guess. And I just I love finding like little nice hiking spots where I live. And I found quite a few lately that have just been just so nice to like get out into nature. And I don't know, yesterday it was beautiful. It was just it was cold, but it was a nice sunny day too. Next up is, oh, can't see it. This is the Vive matte. Is it called the matte? Modern bronzer. I have it in the shade medium 1 and 2. I'm gonna use a giant fluffy brush, and I'm gonna use just the lighter shade today, because again, I don't feel like I need a ton of bronzing. We're going to a comedy show tonight though, because we have found this studio. I guess it's just like improv, the improv comedy like company or whatever. And we've been going to a lot of comedy shows because I don't know, it's like less stressful for me than going to a music show. Like at a music show, you have to like be up and jumping and dancing, and it's like I don't know. I find that to be a little stressful. I know that's crazy to say, but I do. And a comedy show is great because you get to sit there, drink, eat, and chill out. And I like that. No pressure. Okay, we're gonna just keep going with the blush. And I didn't choose this one, but this is the liquid blush that y'all chose. This is the Daniel Sandler watercolor blush, and it's in the shade Gentle. So for this one, I always apply it to the back of my hand because it's very liquidy and you do have to shake it. I use it with a sponge typically, but I'm gonna use the brush because that's what y'all chose. And I forgot how pigmented this is. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm gonna need a sponge to like, oh my. That was so little. But it's okay, it's okay. We're just gonna look like we got off of a plane from Mexico. And I do carry it over the top of my forehead, just kind of blend everything together. I am so glowy and like, I look so bronzed, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But I did have to use the sponge, sorry guys. And because I'm crazy, I also asked you to choose a powder blush, and you guys chose the Milani Baked blush in Luminoso, which is a great choice. I wore this on my wedding day. It's however many years old and I still love it. I'm just gonna use a little though because I don't need more. But it's such a perfect color. I share it with everyone and they all love it too. My mom is texting me about Wordle. You guys know about Wordle, right? She like did not understand. She was like, I thought that there would be like some kind of clue. You just have to guess the first word. And I was like, yeah, but it's like a 5-letter word. It's not that complicated. Like, just choose one that has some vowels and some of the high frequency letters. Like, not a big deal, but I do. I remember the first time I played Wordle and I was like, what? You don't get any clue? But then you get used to it and you're like, oh, this is fun. Like a lot of fun. Next up, I'm gonna powder maybe just the under eye area. Oh, and by the way, this is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. I like this when I really just need like translucent powder versus the Charlotte Tilbury, which has quite a bit of pigment if you are not careful. So I'm just gonna powder the T-zone, and I will come back with this in a second because I want to powder my eyes. Looking nice, looking nice. Oh. This powder is really beautiful. I only have 2 powders that I have. Well, I guess I have a few, but like 2 that are on my table that I reach for every day. And it's this and the Charlotte Tilbury. Lately, I really have been enjoying this because, like I said, it's kind of brightening, but it's also, there's just not a lot of extra coverage, which is what I personally like. And I have the small size. I feel like it's gonna last forever. I don't know why you would need a bigger size. Let's go for the eyes. I think we're almost done. This is fun. And this is the NARS Smudge Proof, whatever, Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base in the shade Medium. I use this almost every day. I've kind of switched over to using this instead of concealer. I just love it, and I can use my finger to blend it out, or I can use a brush or a sponge. I like that I can wear this alone and it just cancels out the pigment in my eyes. But of course it's also a good shade, or a good base for eyeshadow. Like, that's what it's intended for. Now, I do keep this Charlotte Tilbury powder on my desk because I think it has like one of the most perfect mirrors to look at up close. Not that that means that you should go buy it by any means, but yeah. And I know people say you don't need a lot of this, but I prefer to use a lot of it. Okay, nice and canceled out. Now I'm gonna go back with the Hourglass and set my eyelids. Now, if you want a brush that does almost everything, this Real Techniques brush, I know it wasn't part of it, but I have to use it. I use it for concealer, I use it for setting, you could use it as a highlighter. I think it's actually it is a setting brush. I was gonna say, I think it's a highlighter brush. You can use it for almost everything except for maybe like a large powder brush. Great one, about $7-8. Highly, highly recommend. Next, we're gonna keep on the train of eyeshadow. This is a single shadow from MAC. And it's Tête à Tinte, if I said that correctly. It's a very light pinkish shade, almost like a light neutral, and it's one of my very favorites because you can just use it like without thinking. It gives you a minimal amount of shadow, like color, but just enough that you're wearing something. And I just kind of do it haphazardly in the eye, or in the crease, whatever I'm saying. I just was trying to use this as the mirror. That's not gonna work. This is like a peachy nude shade, and I think on people with lighter skin tone, it would actually show up even better and be even more beautiful. But for me, it's kind of close to my skin tone, but I still love it. Okay, moving right along. Next up, y'all chose the, why did I blank on the name? Phytosurgeon's Potent Petal Flash Fluorescence. Shade is Potent Petal. So this one is interesting. Sometimes I have a hard time getting the pigment to come out. So I'm gonna try like a flat shader brush today. We'll see if that works. No, that's not working. So we're just gonna use the fingers. I feel like maybe I like made it too hard and nothing's coming out on my finger. I mean, that is the appeal, that like it's not super pigmented, but I don't feel like I'm getting anything at this point. Let's try a floofy brush. Okay, that's odd. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it may have dried out, but I haven't had it very long, so maybe I'm just not doing it right. Does anyone know how to make it work? I don't remember. I used to use my finger, I think, but we're using the brush today. And this is kind of like a peachy, it's got glitter, but not over the top. It's a very easy, like everyday shade for sure. And yeah, I don't know, I guess the brush worked. It's such an interesting thing though, because it is cream, but it kind of goes on like a powder, if that makes any sense. Okay, it's time for brows, and I do not remember which one won, and I have them both on my table, so I need to go look at the pictures and see. Okay, ABH won. Good, because I have been using the Refi one and I'm not really loving it that much. So we're gonna go with the ABH, and this is just like from Amazon, just a little spoolie. Everyone has heard of ABH, I think. So I'm not gonna like go in depth about this, but you are supposed to, oh God, there's a hair. You're supposed to take it out and then either use like the top or the inside of the cap and kind of like get it into the spoolie. So that's what I'm doing. I have such a bad habit of not doing my eyebrows first. It's just not in my, like it's not a habit. But they sometimes, you know, they get product in them, and so when you're doing this and kind of like using a gel, you can see the tinted moisturizer or foundation in your eyebrows, but I'm too lazy to do it otherwise or change or get it out because I am a lazy person at heart. I mean, I'm not. I actually do a lot, but like I kind of half-ass things sometimes. How about you? It's just more fun to half-ass. This stuff does hold your brows, like nothing else. But I do find that like, I don't know. I still love the e.l.f. one, which you cannot get anymore, which is why I don't talk about it. And I stocked up on that, but this stuff is great too. And you can kind of make sure that they're, if you want the laminated look, you just like press down and pull up as you're doing it. Also, you can just use your finger to like press your brow hairs. You know, you don't need anything fancy always. Okay, we have a few more things. I guess I should do the highlighter. This is the Merit Beauty. Y'all chose the Kava, which is more of like the champagne-y color. The other I was gonna say shade and color and combine it. The other color is more of like a goldy color, which is actually quite beautiful too. This is a beautiful highlighter. Merit Beauty is a good brand. I don't reach for all of it that often because I don't know, it's a little too minimal for me. And I also don't usually need a lot of extra glow because as you can see, I'm quite glowy, so we're good. But this stuff, if you are looking for something that just kind of has a wet look, like not a lot of pigment, no glitter, this stuff is great. Okay, now it's eyeliner time. This is the Pure Cosmetics eyeliner, down to earth eyeliner. And I'm gonna put it on the top waterline, so this is gonna be not attractive to watch. And I'll probably fast forward it. I can do this eye better than this eye. Last up, we have mascara. This is a Heimish. Does it say what it? Nope, it's just Heimish. This is a tubing mascara. I promise I'm gonna get the tubing mascara video up one of these days. I just don't know when. Oh my gosh, I am so, like my nose looks like Rudolph. Like I'm glowy. I do have a matte finishing like setting spray, so I'm actually gonna use that even though I don't think I had it in the poll. This is one of my, I love this mascaras. I love this mascara so much. You'll see why. This combination of eyeshadow, the MAC and then the Phytosurgeons is beautiful. They're like the same rose gold shade. One's just matte and one is glitter, and I'm like kind of in love with it right now. But it's so weird, the Phytosurgeons, I used to use my finger, and then today when I did that, like I was putting my finger in the little pot and no color was coming out. But then when I put my brush in, it kind of like took up that top layer of film and I was able to get color and pigment. So who knows? That brand is super interesting. It's like a micro cosmetics brand out of Canada. And I feel like some of their products are like that, where it's like not typical. Like I know their highlighter, you're supposed to use a brush and like swirl it around and then put it on your face, but it's like a cream formula. So it's interesting that like that's how it works. Anyway, that's what the mascara looks like. It's such a good one. Such a good one. All right, I don't think I put a setting spray as a choice, but I got this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish setting spray. I might be alone because I feel like everyone always gets like a dewy setting spray, but I find that I have enough dew. So sometimes I want a matte one. So I'm gonna put that on right now and see what it looks like. I think I've used it once, but we're gonna see. Has a smell like rosy, florally, but not in like a bad way. I don't mind the scent. I don't feel like it looks super matte. I don't know, do you? Oh, I'm so glad to get this stuff off of my, like, it's not that it leaves my desk. I have a little organizer, but it's just been sitting here and the OCD in me does not like that. So I'm gonna finish up my hair. I feel like the setting spray got all in my hair, and then I will come back and wrap this video up. All right, guys, this is looking good. I'm definitely nice and bronzed, but I don't mind it. And I mean, I could pull it down my neck, but I'm probably not going to do that because I don't like getting my shirts dirty. Like, is that crazy of me? But this is the final look. This was fun. It was fun to just play with makeup. I love having that opportunity. And like I said, I was gonna talk about stuff, but I would just like don't want to. I just want to play. So maybe I'll make this kind of like a little bit more artsy, who knows? But if you enjoyed it, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in me doing this but with skincare, let me know. And I hope you all are having a wonderful morning, day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.